What's up, everyone? It's the OOTP GM, and this is the 35th episode of my Detroit Tigers GM Let's Play on Out of the Park Baseball 18. So we are here for the 2023 ALCS, our matchup with the New York Yankees, and I just want to get right into the preview for you guys before we get into the actual series. So the Yankees went 92-70 this season. They finished first in the AL East. We went 4-2 against them this year, so only a couple of short series. They were second in the AL in runs scored, sixth in runs against. And again, we didn't have a ton of at-bats against them. Not very many guys had a lot of success. Freddie Freeman, who's now on their team, and this Dermis Garcia were decent. In terms of their pitchers, however, it looks like some of their starters did not fare very well against us. Corey Kluber was pretty good in 2 starts, but moderate success, I guess you could say, is the easiest way to put it. But you head in here, they are pretty healthy for the most part. This Jake Berger can return after the League Championship Series. He is a star second baseman for them. He's out with a concussion. And then they have a couple of relievers, this Andrew Somerville and this Corey Neville. And then Estevan Florial, who is their star right fielder. He's still out for 2 more weeks. But they still are very, very loaded in terms of players. So they got Gleyber Torres, they've got Dustin Fowler, they have Freddie Freeman on the team now. And then they also have Dermis Garcia, they've got Evan Skog, they've got Andrew McCutchen, Andujar. JD Martinez, our old buddy JD Martinez, still plays for them. So they are pretty loaded across. Even with missing a couple of guys, they're still loaded in their lineup. And then pitching-wise, they had a really good pitching staff this year. As you can see, bullpen struggled a little bit, but they were pretty good in terms of their starters. They're led by Darwin Ramos and Matt Andriese. And they also have Chris Davinsky and Corey Kluber, who's not quite the same pitcher he once was, but he is still a solid guy for them to have in their rotation. Then they also have Jacob Lindgren as their closer, and they have a couple of pretty solid guys in the bullpen here. So with that, we're just going to head right into our first game at home, get this ALCS kicked off. And it'll be Darwin Ramos versus Michael Fulmer here in Game 1. Not doing any lineup tweaks at this point. And before I forget, let me mute my volume. There we go. All right. Now we can get right into game number 1 here. All right, so here we go. Let's get started. Yankees versus Tigers, Fulmer versus Ramos. All right, Yankees get 1 in the top of the first. It is 1-0 still through 3. We don't have a hit yet. Yankees get another one in the top of the fourth. It is 2-0 through 3.5. We get 1 back, though, finally, in the bottom of the fourth, so it is now 1-1 through 4. Oh, Yankees get 2 more in the top of the fifth, so it's 4-1 now. Fulmer at 88 pitches, so I didn't see him having any problems yet, but... Alright, so 4-1, Fulmer's at 88 pitches. Let's do until runners in scoring position for him. And he gets out of that inning, but that's probably going to be his final inning. He's on 100 pitches now. So let's go ahead and we will get Kella in here. All right, so we tie the game up in the huge bottom of the 6th. So it is now 4-4 through 6 now. 3 big runs in the bottom of the 6th. And Fulmer, we're gonna get him out now. 6 innings of work allows 4 earned runs. All right, Kella gets us through a clean top half of the 7th. We get 1 more, so we take the lead now in the bottom of the 7th. It's now 5-4, so a great comeback from our offense. Kella's at 18 pitches, so we're going to go ahead, and I'm just going to be smart, and I'm just going to get Minter warming up now, just to be smart. And we're going to go ahead and do runners in scoring position. Okay, so we got men on first and second with 1 out. Caleb pitching is at 35 pitches. McCutchen is up. And looks like Minter is ready to go, but let's see if Kella can get this. Let's see if Kella can get this guy out here. 3-1 count, and he walks him. All right, so with that, we're going to have to put Minter in now in a high leverage situation here. So Minter's going to come in with the bases loaded and only 1 out. Let's see if he can get Andujar out here. 0-1 count from Minter, the pitch, and it is a deep fly ball into left. Runner will tag, and he is safe. Alright, so they get the tying run home, so now men still on first and second with 2 outs. JD Martinez up to bat, 2-2 count. Hits a little pop fly into foul territory, and it will be caught. But the Yankees tie the game in the top of the 8th, so it's now 5-5. Let's see if we can get anything going here in the bottom. And we can, so Trout with a leadoff double. And Regan Todd up to bat now. Up against Lindgren, and Lindgren strikes out Todd. Alright, so still men on second with 1 out now. Rivera up to bat. Rivera with a grounder through the middle! But Trout is going to stay at third. So that's probably a smart move. So now we got first and third with 1 out. Luis Santana is up to bat. See what he can do. 0-2 count, and Santana gets struck out now. So now Eves is our last hope to try and get a run here. 1-2 count, Eves, and he gets it through! And a clutch hit from Eves scores the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th. It is now 6-5. You guys know what that means. We are going to get our closer warming up now. Drew Steckenrider. Alright, let's see if Pentecost can add on to it. And 2-2 count, hits a fly ball into left. And it is caught by Martinez. No, they call it a catch. Okay, so it is a catch. So it is 6-5, heading into the top of the 9th. And we are going to bring Minter in to try and close this game out. Runners in scoring position. Alright, so we got a man on second with 1 out. Freddie Freeman up to bat. 1-2 count. And a strikeout for Mr. Steckenrider. And that'll bring up Dustin Fowler. He is the last hope for his team. And he hits a little ground ball to shortstop. And that is it. Tigers take a game 1 in a thriller 6-5. We score 5 runs in the final 3 innings to end up getting that victory. So that was a back and forth game for sure. But we do get the win. Fulmer struggled a little bit. 6 innings, 4 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. Minter got the win and the blown save, all in one fell swoop. Alright, so we get the win there. And we will move on to game number 2 now. Alright, we have a 1-0 series lead. And it'll be Faedo versus Andrizi here in game number 2. And let's go ahead and get started. Alright, Tigers get 1 in the bottom of the 3rd, so it's 1-0 through 3. Yankees get 1 back in the top of the 4th. We get 2 more in the bottom of the 4th, so now 3-1 through 4. Faedo's at 55 pitches, so he's okay. Still 3-1 through 5. Faedo's at 66. Let's see runners in scoring position. Okay, he gets through there just fine. Still 3-1 through 6 now. Faedo's at 79 pitches. Another solid inning from him. Still 3-1 through 7. Faedo's at 95 pitches now, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get Minter warming up again. I want to be smart about this. Okay, so we got men on first and second with 1 out, and Freeman is up to bat, so if Minter's still warming up, so I can't bring him in quite yet. But Fowler is the lefty too, so let's see if Faedo can get out of this jam here. And no, a grounder through the middle. And so his bases are going to be loaded now with only 1 out. Fowler coming up to bat, so we are going to bring Minter into the game. Faedo will be done after 7 1/3 innings, only allowing 1 earned run. Great start from him. See if Minter can get out of this. Oh, and it's a pass ball! And oh, they do score the run. So now 2nd and 3rd. Oh man, that was not good. What are you doing, Minter? What are you doing? But he strikes out Fowler. Alright, so 2 outs now, men on 2nd and 3rd, 2-2 count. And he redeems himself by striking out the last 2 guys, so it remains a 1-run game. And that means that we will get Mr. Steckenrider up get him warmed up to try and close out the second game of this series. All right, so we get 2 in the bottom of the 8th, so a nice little cushion now for Steckenrider to close this thing out. 5-2 through 8. And Steckenrider has a clean top of the 9th, so we take game 2, 5-2, take a 2-0 series lead here in the ALCS over the Yankees. So couldn't have gone much better for us there. Made things a little bit tighter than we needed to, but still can't complain. And the Phillies have a 2-0 lead over the Brewers, so we might be heading towards a rematch at this point. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves, though. Still a long ways to go, so. All right, game number 3 here in New York. It'll be Walker Buehler versus Chris Stavinsky. And at this point, I'm not looking to make too many lineup changes, although if Santana continues to struggle, I'm going to move Eves up in the lineup. Wow, 529 for Mike Trout. He's killing it. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into game number 3 here. And let's see if we can take a 3-0 series lead here up against the Yankees. All right. No score through 2, no hits through 2, actually. Wow, no hits through 3. This is impressive. But we break through and get 2 in the top of the 4th. New York still without a hit through 4. Nothing for us top of the 5th. So New York finally gets their first hit, but still no score. And we get 3 in the top of the 6th. It is now 5-0 here through 5.5. Buehler's at 56 pitches. And he is just mowing down the Yankees today. Wow, what a great start from Buehler today. All right, and we get 2 more in the top of the 7th. It's now 7-0. Buehler continues to mow down the Yankees. This is super impressive. 7-0. Buehler's only at 75 pitches. And, I mean, he is pitching his way towards a one-hit shutout. What a masterpiece from Buehler today. All right, so 7-0. Buehler's at 87 pitches. 9 strikeouts, only 1 walk, only 1 hit allowed the entire game. Let's go. I want to go batter by batter on this. I want to see how he finishes this off. And a liner straight back to Buehler. That's the first out. Now Torres versus Buehler. 2-1 count. And Torres gets a hit into center field. All right, so now 2 hits have been allowed. And a big line drive down the left field line, but Kendall is going to get there. 2 outs now. 1 more out to get for Buehler, and Santana can't throw the ball, so that's unfortunate. All right, so Dermis Garcia up. He hits a grounder to the third baseman, and that is it. A masterful performance from Walker Buehler, a 3-hit shutout, strikes out 9. We get a 7-0 victory, and that gives us a 3-0 series lead here in the ALCS. We are 1 game away from returning to our 3rd consecutive World Series. You can see just a masterful performance from Buehler today. That's beautiful to see. I'm really happy to see that, considering how much he struggled during the regular season. So, all right, we head in here, game number 4. Let's see if we can sweep the Yankees and close this thing out. And we're not going to make any changes. It's Kluber versus Burrows. I'm kind of surprised they're not going back to Ramos, but maybe at this point they feel like they have to just go with Kluber and see what they can do here. All right, so game number 4, Kluber versus Burrows. And let's see if we can get the sweep here. All right. The Yankees get 2 in the bottom of the 2nd, so it's 2-0. All right, so still 2-0 through 3. But we get 2 in the top of the 4th. It's now a 2-2 game. 2-2 through 4. Burrows at 67 pitches. He gets through a clean bottom of the 5th, so 2-2 through 5. We get 2 in the top of the 6th, so it's now 4-2. All right, so they get 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Burrows at 84 pitches. Let's see if he can. Okay, so now we got men on second with 1 out, 1-2 count against McCutchen. Let's see if Burrows can get himself out of this. And he strikes out McCutchen. So now man still on second. Now it's 2 outs. Andujar up to bat. Let's see if Burrows can get this final out here. And he walks him. So now JD Martinez is up to bat. I'm going to give him this chance to try to get out of this inning here. 2-2 count against Martinez. And he hits it through, and they're going to send him home. And he's out! Oh, what a throw from Kendall in left. So keeps it a one-run game. But with our defense bailing out Mr. Burrows, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get Kayla into the game to try and keep it a one-run game. All right, so we get one in the top of the seventh. It's now 5-3. Burrows is done for the day. Only one earned run, even though 3 runs in total allowed. We get Kayla in, and he gets a clean bottom of the seventh. And he is at how many pitches? He's at 19 pitches. So we're gonna get Minter warming up again. All right. So we get nothing in the top of the day. Still 5-3. Let's see what Kayla can do here. Oh, and Kayla blows up, and the Yankees tie the game in the bottom of the eighth. 5-5. JD Martinez up to bat. And that's going to be it for Mr. Kayla. He is done now. We'll bring Minter into the game. See if Minter can finish off the rest of the inning, and he does. All right, so we're going to go batter by batter here. They brought Lindgren into the game. We're going to see if our guys can take the lead here in the top of the ninth. Pentecost up first, an 0-1 count. Pitch from Lindgren, grounder to the shortstop, and Pentecost is out. Kendall up now, 2-1 count. He hits a grounder to the shortstop, and it looks like he's going to beat it out, and he does. All right, so Kendall with an infield hit. That brings up Guerrero, 1-2 count, and he strikes out. And now Bryce Harper with Kendall on first, 1-1 count. Harper hits a grounder to second, and that'll end the top of the ninth. All right, so we're going to go to the bottom of the ninth, still 5-5. Minter in pitching, and he allows a man on to second now with only one out. Dustin Fowler up. And a little dribbler back to the mound, but Minter throws him out. All right, so now 2 outs. Man on second. Garcia up to bat. 1-0 count from Minter. And he hits it through, and they're going to send Freeman home to try to win the game, and he's going to score easily. And so the Yankees come back here with a clutch scoring in the last 2 innings, and they win the game 6-5, so they are not done yet. And we will have to go to game number 5. We will have Fulmer going in that game to try and win. All right, so Yankees get the win. There will be no sweep today. Move forward. And let's see what happens here. Brewers have won a game, so it's about 2-1 in their series. And let's see if we can close this thing out in 5. Fulmer versus Ramos, the ace pitching matchup here. And I'm going to make a small lineup tweak. I'm going to move Ease up in the lineup 1 spot, Santana down. And since Pentecost is struggling so mightily, I'm actually going to bench him for this game, and I'm going to put Cross in. I'm going to give Cross a chance here, and he's a lefty, so that helps. Everything else is going to remain the same. Actually, no, I'm going to move Rivera up as well. So Rivera will hit 5th, then we'll have Todd, Eves, Santana. Everything else will remain the same. All right, so here we go. Game number 5, Fulmer getting the start for us. Ramos getting the start for the Yankees. And we get 5 in the top of the first. That's what you want to see. Beautiful. All right. 5-0 through 3. We get 2 more in the top of the fourth. It's now 7-0. And we are just blowing them out right now. Fulmer's at 55 pitches, and he is pitching a great game for us. It's now 8-0 through 5.5. Fulmer's got a guy on first and third with no outs. All right, let's see if he can get through this here real quick. I mean, it's a big lead, but we don't want anything to get out of hand here. And it looks like he allows a home run. And he does. So that's not good. So Fulmer allows a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 6th. Let's see if he can get through the rest of the inning okay. And he does, but that kind of puts a little damper on things. So let's see what happens here in the top of the 7th. So still 8-3. Fulmer's at 97 pitches. I don't want to take any chances here. I'm going to get Jimenez warming up today. All right. So he gets through a clean bottom of the 7th, but Fulmer is going to be done for the day. 109 pitches. We're going to get Jimenez into the game. At this point, Tigers still up 8-3 through 7.5. Jimenez into the game, and he has a clean bottom of the 8th, so it's 8-3. We get one more in the top of the 9th. So Jimenez is pitching. We're going to see if he can close this out. And he strikes out McCutchen, 1 out. Andujar up to bat, 0-1 count. He hits a big deep shot into left center, and it will drop. And he's going to hustle around and try to make it to third, and he will. So a 1-out triple from Andujar. It's going to keep things interesting. All right, so that brings up JD Martinez, 2-2 count, and it's a pass ball, and it looks like Andujar is going to score, and he does, so now it's 9-4, 3-2 count, and Jimenez walks Martinez, so this is starting to get a little interesting here. We'll have to keep an eye on this. 2-2 count against Solak, and he hits a liner into right. So the Yankees are trying to make this interesting, and I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm going to have to get... let's get Kroll warming up here. Alright, so now 1 out and another hit by the Yankees. So now the bases are loaded with only 1 out. Freddie Freeman is up to bat, and Jimenez is tired at this point, and we don't have a choice. We're going to have to get Kroll into the game cold, which I don't want to do. But now I'm going to have to get Steckenrider warming up as well, because this is getting out of hand here. All right, 1-2 count from Kroll to Freddie Freeman. Let's see what happens here. And the pitch, and he strikes him out. So big clutch out there from Kroll. Fowler up now, 0-1 count. Fowler hits one into left. Kendall makes the catch, and that is it. The Tigers have defeated the Yankees, and they are moving on to the World Series for the 3rd consecutive year. And just a quick note, this current little section right here that for whatever reason, I couldn't get this section edited out properly when I was editing the videos and the audio. During this part right here, I was bombarded with spam phone calls in the background on my cell phone. I got like 3 of them consecutively right in a row. So I'm just kind of doing this audio for gap filler. But the live audio is going to pick up here again in about 2 seconds right now. So the Yankees are eliminated. The Tigers are going on to their 3rd consecutive World Series with a 9-4 victory over the Yankees, a 4-1 series victory. And let's see what happens here. Who we're going to play? The Phillies have a 3-1 series lead. Let's see how things finish for them. Come on. And the Phillies win their series. So it'll be a rematch from last year, the Tigers versus Phillies in the 2023 World Series. We'll see if the Phillies can get their revenge against us. But with that, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. Comments and feedback are always welcome. And I will see you guys for the 2023 World Series Tigers versus Phillies.